Hello everyone. I hope you have watched all the grammar and the creative writing videos that have been uploaded till now. The only way to retain all that you have studied is by practicing. When I mean by practicing, I am not asking you to take a grammar book and practice. Whatever you have, be it a newspaper or be it any magazine that you have, just pick up the sentences and just recollect whatever you have learned. And if my module has helped you, I would request you to leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to know that it has helped you. I will be uploading grammar videos on a weekly basis, and in case you want to be the first to receive it, please keep your notifications on. Today we will be doing a very basic yet an important chapter in grammar. I think this was a chapter that you learnt when you were in the elementary stage. We'll be doing nouns. I will be covering everything in this chapter, that is what you learnt in the elementary stage or what you'll be using in the higher classes. The identification of noun and the formation of noun from the various parts of speech. So without further delay, I would like to relook at this chapter, nouns. So let's get started. What's a noun? It is basically a naming word. It names anything and everything. As you all know, noun is one of the parts of speech and it is a naming word. It names people, places, animals, things, events, monuments, ideas, and even action. It also names action. You'll be surprised. In the later part of the chapter, I have mentioned about the action names. I will definitely not be categorizing nouns into so many headings. We'll be only categorizing it in name, place, animal, things, and events. Now let us do this one by one. Noun is a name of a person. It could have specific names which we call as proper nouns and its general name called as common noun. Please note, it is a thumb rule. Common nouns do not begin with a capital letter, whereas proper nouns always have a capital letter. Look at the examples. I'm talking about specific names of some persons. It could be Raj, Raymond, Sita, and its general names as a boy, a girl, etc. Even when we name a place, it could be a specific name of a place, that is Delhi, India, or Asia, and its general name such as city, country, or a continent. I'm giving you these three examples: the London Bridge, the Great Wall of China, and the Gateway of India. Try not to put these in the category of places, as it sounds like a place, but if you closely look at it, now what is London Bridge? London Bridge is a bridge. What is the Great Wall of China? It's a wall. And what is the Gateway of India? It's a gate. So all these plus all the monuments will come under things. For that matter, even planets such as Jupiter, Neptune will all feature in things. Now coming to the animals, put all the possible living creatures under this category. It should cover all creatures under the ground, in the water, on land, and in air. The reason being, scientifically, their adaptation and modification of their limbs have categorized them into the various animal kingdom. Otherwise, they all are animals. The category of things may sound very vague and confusing. It would include all the actual objects and the things that you see around, abstract concepts, and also the structure and the monuments which are not places. Next, I am talking about events. Place all the possible events under this heading. It could be a specific name, like your first semester exam. Now what is the first semester exam? It is an examination. You have the Olympic Games, it is a game. You have the IPL, that's a league. You have the World War One or Two, the general name is war. The Battle of Panipat, it's a battle. So put all the events in this category. Now we look at the next type of noun, the abstract noun. An abstract noun refers to ideas, feelings, concepts that you cannot see or touch. Patience, you cannot see patience. Courage, honesty, darkness. Now you will wonder, darkness I can see. Please understand, darkness is just the absence of light. It's a feeling that you get. So that is the abstract noun. Now coming to the collective noun, it's a name given to the collection of the same category. Now talking about collection, it could be collection of people like the gang of robbers, a class of students, a choir of singers, or a collection of animal, army of ants, flock of sheep, or flight of doves, or it could be even collection of things, a bouquet of flower, a bunch of banana, a comb of banana, an anthology of poems. So these are the collection, and mostly we learn collective noun because you could use it as a part of your creative writing to make your writing very effective. Now we'll be doing material noun. This is also a little tricky, not like the way it seems. I want you to understand with the help of these examples. If I were to give you these two examples, this silk is from China, or he threw a stone at a dog. Now immediately many would say silk and stone are material nouns. You are absolutely wrong. As in these examples, I am just talking about silk and stone as an object, not as a raw material which is doing the work of making a byproduct. So here silk and stone are common noun. Wherein if I say this shirt is made of silk or this building is made of stone, here silk and stone are material, as it clearly states that it is used in making of this finished product. I hope you're getting me. Only when something is made from something we will call it as a material noun. Otherwise, the same material will be a common noun. Possessive noun. You must have heard this very often, that some child is possessive about a sibling or his parents or even his toys. But be very careful when you are studying this part, as we have possessive noun, possessive adjective, and possessive pronoun that will follow later, and everything will be very confusing. All will look similar because it shows possessiveness. But to understand possessive noun, you have to by add this two rule. One is it should have an apostrophe, and second is it should be a naming word. That means if I'm talking about Niharika's book, I put an apostrophe, that is the first rule, and Niharika is a naming word. So that is why it is a possessive noun. Also you can say as sister's toy, my father's spectacles, my mother's spectacle. I'll give you examples of two sentences. Although it looks like a possessive noun, it is not. This book is mine and my book is stone. It shows that the book belongs to you, but it is not a possessive noun just because it does not follow the two rules. We'll be seeing possessive adjectives and possessive pronoun in the next few chapters. Last is compound noun. Compound nouns are nothing but combination of two words. It would have a hyphen or it may not have a hyphen, like the blackboard, seafood, mother-in-law. These are just compound nouns. So whenever you get a sentence, to underline a compound noun, kindly underline these two words which will always go with each other. Now this part is very easy and interesting. You just need to follow some rules again. Now, how to identify if a given word is a noun? So there are just 4 rules. The very first is you put an article and verify. Okay, now don't put an article for proper noun, but you just put an article. Here I mentioned some words which are not a common naming words, like for example democracy. So you just put an article, the democracy, and make a sentence to verify that. You can even say a day, an event, the experience. So these are the words. The moment you put an article, if it makes sense to you, it is a noun. The next technique is by adding possessive adjective. As I told you, possessive means someone's owning it. Okay, it could be my, your, her, his. When I talk about democracy, here also you can use our democracy, our freedom. When I talk about patience, he lost his patience. So these are again nouns. So to verify, just add possessive adjective. Another thing you can do is to add demonstrative adjective. The demonstrative words are this, that, these, those. You add these, this, that, these, those to the noun, and if it makes sense, you can verify that it is a noun. Like this freedom is of no use. I've just added this freedom. That interests me. So these are the words that are used to verify whether it's a noun. Last but not the least, just add an adjective. You find a word, you just add an adjective, you will definitely know it's a noun, because an adjective describes a noun. I'm talking about the morning. Just add a beautiful morning, so you know it's a noun. You can also say a pleasant evening. So these are techniques that you could use to see whether the given word is a noun or not. The next you need to know are the noun endings, because when you convert nouns from an adjective, a verb, or an adverb, these are the endings that it should have to convert it from the various forms to a noun form. So let us see the few that I mentioned. Words ending with ness, happiness, ineffectiveness, unconsciousness, softness. Okay, so if you have the word happy, so happy itself is not a noun. So to convert it, you have to add ness. Similarly for meant, we can make it as statement, acknowledgement, unemployment. Let us look at nouns that end with hood, childhood, priesthood, and neighborhood. Nouns that end with ship, friendship, dictatorship, internship, or showmanship. Now ity, and ty, they are very close to each other, because most of the words that end with ty have ity. Responsibility, availability, ability, productivity, electricity. Words that end with shin, tion, prediction, explanation, contamination, differentiation. Now words that end with ans, anc, we have insurance, performance, conveyance. Words that end with enc, we have evidence, independence, interdependence. Nouns that end with er, we have plumber, we have photographer. Nouns that end with or, we have doctor, mayor, conductor, interceptor. Also nouns that end with ist, for that we have feminist, educationist, pianist. Finally for ARI, we have pulmonary, precautionary, missionary. So these are the noun endings. We need to do all these so that in case you need to convert to a noun form, we have to add these endings so that the words become a noun form. Yes, this is what I mentioned in the beginning of the chapter, that some action verbs are also taken as a noun. Now why is this so? Let us see. The reason being, in your advanced grammar, there is something that will appear as gerund, Gerund, please understand. And gerund is totally an action verb. It will have a verb plus ing. But the catch is, although it is a verb, it will function as a noun. I'll give a small example. When I say swimming is a good exercise, for everyone, swimming means an action. But look at that sentence. When I say swimming is a good exercise, I'm only talking about swimming as a sport. I hope you're getting it. It's only about a sport, not an action. So anyway, this is not needed at the moment. So do not rack your brains. We'll be doing this when we are covering gerunds, participles, and infinitives. I hope you have understood this module completely, and I always tell you, practice. Practice any text matter, practice on any text matter that is in front of you, and revise your work. So with this I conclude, and thank you very much for watching this video.